Have you ever felt stuck in a rut, unable to shake off those pesky bad habits? We've all been there. The truth is, you can never truly extinguish bad habits. They become ingrained in our neural pathways, always lurking beneath the surface. But here's the good news. You don't have to wage war against your deepest cravings to change your behavior. Instead of trying to eliminate a bad habit, we're going to focus on transforming it. The golden rule of habit change is to keep the cue and reward the same while changing the routine. This approach is more likely to succeed because it doesn't fight against the ingrained cravings. It simply redirects them toward a more positive outcome. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down this process into manageable steps, providing you with the tools and understanding you need to master habit change. The first step in mastering habit change is to identify the routine you want to change. This might seem obvious, but it's crucial to be specific. Let's say you want to stop mindlessly scrolling through social media on your phone. That's a good starting point, but we need to dig deeper. What exactly does mindlessly scrolling entail? Is it the act of opening the app itself? Is it the endless scrolling gesture? Or is it the specific content you're consuming? Pinpointing the precise behavior you want to alter is crucial because it allows you to target your efforts effectively. Think of it like aiming an arrow at a target. If you don't know where the bullseye is, you're just shooting arrows into the void. Identifying the routine is like drawing a clear bullseye on your target, giving you a focal point for change. Remember, habits are formed through repetition and reinforcement. By understanding the specific routine that makes up your habit, you're essentially mapping out the neural pathways that have been carved over time. With this understanding, you're in a much stronger position to start rewiring those pathways and creating lasting change. So take some time to reflect on the routine you want to transform. Be honest with yourself and don't be afraid to get granular. The more specific you are, the more effective your efforts will be. Now that you've identified the routine you want to change, let's delve into the rewarding feeling that keeps you hooked. Every habit, no matter how detrimental, serves a purpose. It provides some form of reward, whether it's a brief hit of dopamine from checking social media or a temporary escape from stress through procrastination. The key to lasting change is to identify the underlying craving that drives the habit and find alternative ways to satisfy it. This is where experimentation comes in. Don't be afraid to try different rewards and see what sticks. If you're accustomed to reaching for a sugary snack when you're stressed, experiment with healthier alternatives like a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. Keep a journal to track your experiments. Note down how different rewards make you feel. Did that piece of fruit truly satisfy your craving, or did it leave you feeling unsatisfied? The more you experiment and observe, the better you'll understand what truly satisfies your cravings. Remember, the goal is not to deprive yourself, but to find healthier, more sustainable ways to reward yourself. It's about finding activities and behaviors that align with your values and goals, while still providing a sense of satisfaction. Think of it like this. You're not breaking up with your cravings, you're simply taking them on a journey of self-discovery. By experimenting with different rewards, you're essentially exploring new avenues for fulfillment and creating a more rewarding life in the process. Every habit is triggered by a cue, a signal that sets the automatic behavior in motion. It could be a specific time of day, a particular location, a certain emotional state, or even the presence of certain people. The key to interrupting the habit loop is to identify the cue that triggers the routine. Think of it like a detective investigating a crime scene. Your goal is to gather as much evidence as possible to pinpoint the exact moment the habit takes hold. Start by paying close attention to your surroundings and your internal state when the urge to engage in the habit arises. Are you always reaching for your phone when you're feeling bored? Does that afternoon slump inevitably lead to a craving for a sugary snack? By carefully observing your behavior, you'll begin to notice patterns and identify the cues that are most strongly associated with your habit. Once you've identified the cue, you can start to strategize ways to avoid or alter it. If you find yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media when you're bored, try having a plan for how you'll spend your downtime. Stock your home with engaging books, start a new hobby, or connect with friends and family. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate every single cue, but to become more aware of the triggers that drive your behavior. By understanding your cues, you empower yourself to make conscious choices about how you respond to them. Now that you've identified the routine, experimented with rewards, and isolated the cue, it's time to put it all together and create a plan for change. This is where the rubber meets the road, where intention transforms into action. The key to success in this stage is to have a clear and actionable plan for the new routine you want to implement. This plan should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Don't fall into the trap of vague intentions. Instead, outline precisely what you'll do, when you'll do it, and how you'll measure your progress. Let's say you've identified that you tend to reach for your phone first thing in the morning, leading to an unproductive cycle of social media scrolling. A clear plan might involve placing your phone in another room before bed, setting a timer for a 30-minute workout first thing in the morning, and rewarding yourself with a healthy breakfast afterward. Remember, the new routine should aim to provide the same reward as the old habit, but in a healthier and more sustainable way. It's about finding a substitute that satisfies the underlying craving without derailing your progress. Write down your plan and place it somewhere visible as a constant reminder of your commitment to change. Share your goals with a trusted friend or family member and ask for their support. Having an accountability partner can make all the difference when motivation wanes. Congratulations on taking these powerful steps towards mastering habit change. Remember, changing a habit is a process that requires patience and persistence. There will be setbacks along the way, but don't let them discourage you. View each stumble as an opportunity to learn and refine your approach. By keeping the cue and reward the same while altering the routine, you can effectively transform your habits for the better. You're not fighting against your old habits. You're outsmarting them. You're rewiring your brain to work for you, not against you. Stay consistent and keep experimenting until you find what works best for you. The journey of self-improvement is an ongoing process, and the ability to master your habits is a superpower that will serve you well in all areas of your life. Keep striving, keep growing, and keep believing in your ability to change.